got cherried and I did not want it to. Hello. I was just looking for my phone, and my phone's right here because I'm recording on it. Duh. Hello. I'm back. Better than ever. Today is 14th of April, and today was a really bad day. Shit. If you are new, hi, I'm Miranda. I like to smoke weed. That's typically what I did on here. That is what I'm doing on here. Cheers. But, thank you, bird. But, what I'm here to talk about today, something a little bit more serious, something that I'm dealing with, and I'm probably going to be dealing with for a while. So this is cool. But I thought I would share because I finding out that you're not alone is probably one of the best things for you. So if it's you coming across this video, or you going to therapy, or you reaching out to a friend, you're doing something. So I just hope that this helps someone somehow. I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of tell my story. I am 22 years old, and I have never been to like a psychiatrist, or I've never been to the doctor for any kind of mental health thing. This was my first time, and it was very uncomfortable and scary. But I'm going to talk about what led me into it, or like what made me want to go to therapy. I'm going to talk about the process of me going to IOP and like possibly starting a new program that is going to help me with my personal disorders. What I got diagnosed with and how I got diagnosed and how that is for me. And then I'm going to also talk about lapsing and relapsing, specifically because at the end, because I recently lapsed and I feel like shit, but it's a lapse. It's not don't let it be a relapse, but we'll get into that. But so I know that I've been depressed for a while. It's not a fucking secret. It's noticeable. It's just a part of me. It's always been a part of me, and anybody that wants to say different can go suck my dick. So you're not living my life. I am. But it recently got really, really bad, and I decided I need to get some fucking help. I am 22 years old. I don't want to kill myself, but like I want to kill myself. And no, don't take it like that. I mean, I'm saying that jokingly. And so I reached out and I called my insurance, and I set an appointment and walked into like a psychiatry mental health place, and they set me up with a therapist, and we sat down and talked about my symptoms and how I'm feeling, and how like and how my medications are working for me and what I need to change. I don't know, just talking about a bunch of different things. And one thing I'm going to share with you is that on February 3rd of this year, I lost my job. And that job was probably one of my favorite things. Like, all of the people that worked there were my best friends. But I lost the job because it was my fault. I did something stupid. I did something irresponsible, and I shouldn't have, but yeah. Ever since then, I kind of feel like my life has gone down a whole spiral. I'm not saying that my job is what made me come down this spiral, but it's kind of what triggered it. And so we sat down, talked about it, and that is when she first brought up IOP. IOP stands for Intensive Outpatient Program, and that is specifically kind of like a group therapy where you go for 2 weeks, 4 days a week for 3 hours, and then you graduate. But I completed my 2 weeks My graduation day is on Monday. And I don't know, just kind of, since I'm almost done with it, I thought I would share it with you guys. This is my folder with all of my stuff in there. I have all my stuff in here. I also want to share with you guys like my journal. I'm not going to read it to you, but I want to share like my journal. And then a book about my specific disorder. So for me, I went into IOP the first day very, very skeptical. I wasn't really into it. I know that I wanted to get help, and I know that's why I was there, but I specifically was like, I don't really want to be here. I'd rather go home and smoke weed. Speaking of, so I showed up to IOP, and honestly, it's not bad. They go over really good coping skills. They go over just a really important things that when you put it all together, it kind of makes sense. They show you like how to meditate, just different things like that. And I have found it very helpful. There's days that it doesn't really, some days don't really apply to me specifically, but it's still helpful to go, and you're still there, and it's mainly to see that you're not alone, and that's what feels great about it. So when I was there, I got diagnosed with 4 disorders. The first being panic disorder, because I do often have panic attacks. I have generalized anxiety disorder. Anxiety is amazing. I have major depression disorder. Love it. And then I also have a big one. No, I'm just kidding. I have borderline personality disorder. So that is one of the big disorders that I just got diagnosed with. And getting to know myself with my psychiatrist and my therapist and talking and learning about BPD, I realized, like, fuck, I do have this. Like, I need to work on it. This is me. Like, oh my god. And if you don't know a borderline personality disorder and you want me to make a whole video about that, I definitely will. Being someone that has been struggling with it and never really knew, and now I'm aware, and I'm starting to kind of make changes in my life, and it's hard. Things happen, but it's all about the progress that you're making. So yeah. So I'm gonna go. Since being in IOP, I have learned a lot of coping skills. For example, I self-harm, so instead of self-harming, I could get an ice and put it in my hand and hold it really tight, and that burns, so like that burning sensation, but I didn't do that. I should start doing that. And I journal. That's one big thing for me, is journaling. And I've noticed something common with a lot of people that are in my group. When they talk about journaling, they're like, I can get in the habit of writing in it every day. Like, it just ends up being a bunch of different negative things, and I don't want to look back on it. And that's not necessarily what a journal needs to be. It could be anything that you want. You literally create it, and no one can judge you for it. So this is my journal. It is just this little black notebook that is just, I think I got this at where did I get it? Some like craft store, I don't know, but I just got a small one, and I put stickers on it, so I have like this middle finger one, and then I just have some random stuff. And then inside I do have, like, papers are falling out, like I have writing in it, like you can tell there's writing, but I also put like concert tickets in here, and like wristbands and little things that I get, and there's like a lot of writing, don't get me wrong. Kind of flip through it, why don't we? Yeah, so like there is a ton of shit in here, and like there's like on like therapy day, we went over, or one of the days that I went to therapy, we went over like this tug and pull thing that you're doing with anxiety and depression and stuff like that, and how it's tiring, and they gave us like this thing right here. And so like I taped it in here because honestly I feel like that was a great metaphor, and that helped me so much. But yeah, I like kept that in here. I have like stickers. I have like a button. Like I have this confetti thing that I caught at Above and Beyond. More concert tickets. The fuck? A piece of gum apparently. Set lists. More things. I don't know. I just have a bunch of different stuff in here, and I feel like this has helped me so much because I can write down my thoughts, and nobody else is going to read this unless I want them to. And I feel like that is really, really special to anyone, you know? But today was a really bad day, and I had a horrible morning. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to end it all, and that was like around 11 o'clock this morning, like 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. I was in a really, really bad mood, and I was just downward spiraling, and I pulled myself out of it. I had help from my stepdad, that's for sure. But my friends and everyone that reached out to me, thank you so much. It means more than you would think. I'm going through a really, really hard time right now, and if you are too, you're not alone. Like, we're all here. If you need to talk to someone, fucking comment below. I will talk to you. Fucking add me on Instagram and Twitter. Self-promo. But fucking reach out and do something and realize that you're worth it, because I have to do that. And on that note, I'm going to take one more hit with you guys. And I'm going to get going because my mom wants to talk to me and my boyfriend's going to be home in a little bit. I love the way that looks. Let's see if I can do a really good one. I mean, it needs practice, but it's getting there. Alright guys, I'm gonna end that there. Like I said, if you want me to do a whole video on BPD, let me know in the description. If you want me to go like in depth into the things that I learned in IOP, leave that in the description. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more like mental health stuff while I'm smoking weed, because I like weed. So alright guys.